I must find the perfect spoon.
Excuse me, I need a spoon.
My spoon is too big.
Spoon with me, dude!
What's going on, Spoon Gang? Welcome back to the kitchen. I'm Logan, that's Sam, and that's Skip, and we're the Little Spoon Snatchers. Today, we got a good show. We got our cream. We'll talk about that later. No spoilers yet. Skip's got a fun game.
It's actually in the title, so.
Oh, that's tough.
Just don't look at the title. Don't read the title yet.
Don't read that. I suppose.
Skip's got a game, and yeah, just hanging out with the boys today. It's been a while, but we're back in the kitchen.
Oh, yeah.
We're cooking up a good one today. So what's new with you, Skip? Probably nothing? No job?
Oh, what's new with me?
Yeah.
No job.
Yeah, basically. About just the same as yesterday. Everything's been going on. I do got a funny story, though, so I want you guys to hear this.
Oh, I've got a funny story, too.
It's a real hoot and a half. Yesterday, as you guys know, I texted us in the group chat, my car broke down at the gas station down the road from my house. Pulled in, just stopped working. Couldn't turn the key, couldn't do nothing. So, Bill, my friend Bill, big car guy, he was with me at the time because we were going to play disc golf. He walked home, got his car. You guys work, sorry.
Sick invite, right?
Yeah, that's right.
Okay, that's cool.
He walked home, got his jumper cables, drove back, tried to jump in my car, nothing.
He walked home?
Walked home from the gas station, which, I mean, it's not that far, but... and then my dad, he came from work, left work, got big truck, big jumper cables, still nothing. I was there for 2 hours. Eventually, I'm like, you know what? Like, I don't want to leave the car here. I'm going to call a tow truck. Call Geico, get the tow truck coming out. They say it's going to be about an hour. So I'm just sitting there waiting. Eventually, tow truck pulls up. There he is. He gets out, starts taking pictures of the car. I'm like, yeah, I don't know why. Like, I don't know what happened. He's like, well, let me see what's wrong with it. I get in. Car started right away.
Yeah, your dad told me that last night.
Are you kidding me? It was probably the most embarrassing moment of my life. Waiting at this gas station for 3 hours, calling a tow truck, and then just he'd be like, "Oh, what's wrong with it?" And then it literally starts like he's like, "Let me show you." Like I'm expecting it to be like, nothing happens, and he's gonna be like, "Oh, that's what's wrong." Nope.
The tow truck guy was like, "No, you got to turn the key." They say you got to turn it a little bit.
And I mean, there's nothing I could have done because, like I said, Bill, big car guy, he was there. He could have figured it out. My dad, he was there. He couldn't figure it out. What was I supposed to do?
Nothing. Yeah.
And then I looked at the guy and was like, I live 1 minute down the road. Do you want to follow me, make sure I don't break down driving home? Like, there's no reason for you to have to hook it up and tow it. And he's like, yeah, I'll just follow you. But it was the worst.
So the car's perfectly fine?
No, it actually... I was coming here, and it didn't start. So you picked me up halfway.
I did.
You got to turn the key.
I keep... Is it right or left? I keep going left, and it doesn't do nothing.
I keep putting it in and bringing it out, and it's not starting.
I actually, with my car recently, it only happens sometimes. Mm-hmm. I, turn the car, and I hear the engine start, and then I put it in reverse to go backwards, and then it's off. And I'm like, huh? So I hurry up, put it in park, take the key out of the ignition, and then I put it back in, and it works fine. But, it still freaks me out every time. I'm like, why is it doing this? See, it's probably messed up. There's probably something wrong.
That could be leading to an issue. You might want to get that figured out now before you put it in and it just never starts. Because that's what it's leading to, I think.
It'll be like that sometimes.
Cars suck. Why can't we just ride horses? Horses don't break down.
Save a horse, though. You know what else you could ride?
A cowboy. I'm a country guy now.
Look at you. Look at you.
So, all right, well, I guess we can go into my story. You guys kind of already know about it.
Your story stinks, though.
Yeah,
Literally stinks. This is more, I guess, for you guys to hear about what I had to do in Deer yesterday. So we were going to record yesterday. It was all planned out, pretty much going to be set in stone. Till I got off work, and I put my car in park, and then walked to my front door, and just had a pungent smell into my nostrils. And I was confused, what is that? What is that literal poop smelling smell? Well, it was literal turds. My dog pooped all over the entire house. I mean, everywhere. Like walls, curtains, couches, rugs, everything you thought of, you named it, it was there. Like, it was insane. Because, like, she's on her period, or dog period right now, so we have to keep her in a diaper.
Dog period.
I mean, what else do I call it? She bleeds for, like, an entire month. It's so long. Like, I feel bad for her. Yeah. She's all embarrassed by it, too. She's, like, doesn't like it. She always had to, like, when you let her out, it's the happiest. And then when she comes back inside, she's all, like, ears down, like, dang it, I gotta put another diaper on. But, yeah, so So imagine that. You think, maybe the diaper would catch some of the poop? No, this dog pooped literally more poop than I think is in our sewage system right now in our city. That's how much poop was all over my house. And I didn't even know what to do, where to start. And I had to call my sister to help me. And then it was a whole team effort between my sister, me, and Megan cleaning the house. It's pretty gross, honestly.
At that point, you just got to burn the house down and get a new one.
Yep, that's what I was thinking, honestly. Just throw it all out.
Yeah.
Not the dog, though. She's too cute.
Yeah. Actually, keep the house and for the dog.
Yeah.
Let that be dog house.
Yeah. Just build one in the back.
Yeah, you build an actual dog house in the back that you live in, and she gets the real house.
Yeah,
what about you, Logan? Any fun stories? Any fun poop or car stories?
I'm trying to find one that combines the two, but just
Did you
can't.
poop in your car?
Did you hang a cheek out the window and let it poop out while you're driving?
Down the highway?
Put it on cruise control?
No, my life is not as exciting as yours. Your guys'.
I wouldn't really call it exciting. I would just call it...
Unfortunate. Literally unfortunate.
You're lucky.
Yeah.
Yeah. I did have some fortunate luck yesterday, that's for sure. So I took work off yesterday, I took some PTO, and went up to... Have you guys ever heard of Shipshewana?
No.
It's a big, like, flea market thing in Indiana, and that's where I went yesterday. I went with Kelsey and my mom and my sister and her two kids, my two nieces. There's too many of us, so me and Kelsey drove separate, and they drove separate as well. And so on our way back, it was like 4 o'clock when we left, or 3:30 when we left, or whatever, and it was super hot, super muggy. But we're leaving, we're on our way back, and you have to get on the turnpike. Turnpike is like 30 minutes quicker, but we had the easy pass, so it didn't matter. So me and Kelsey are leading the way, and they're kind of following us, but they also have their directions in, I guess. And like 25 minutes in, Kelsey's starting to get real hangry. And so I'm just like, okay, I'm just gonna reroute us to the nearest restaurant. It was McDonald's, whatever. And so we reroute, okay, and we were supposed to turn in like 5 miles, okay, but the way the directions had us go, we were just continuing going straight. And I texted my mom in the car behind us, like, are you guys going to follow us? We're going to go to McDonald's. And she's like, no, we don't have to, whatever. So we go and we see them turn, and we look over and we see the turnpike right there. So we're like, okay, that's where the turnpike is, but, the McDonald's is a little bit out of the way. We go to the McDonald's, and then we leave. My mom texts me and says, we are in standstill traffic getting onto the turnpike. We haven't even, like, passed the gate where you, like, get your ticket. Haven't moved. And I'm like, whew, my gosh. So figuring, like, we're not that far, so figuring the next exit would also kind of be pretty bad. We get on and we're like cruising, and then like 30 minutes later, my mom still texts me again and says, we haven't moved an inch. The car is like, it's super hot, super muggy, everyone's cranky, and my niece has to poop.
No.
And they're on a 4th tank of a gas.
That combines both.
And they haven't. Actually, yeah.
That combines both.
They didn't move an inch, and me and Kelsey were like, first thing that ran through my head, I was like, because Kelsey didn't tell me to put in McDonald's, I just did on my own fruition because I knew she needed something to eat, or she was going to kill somebody, and I was like, thank the Lord we did that, because if we were stuck in that traffic and Kelsey was hangry, somebody around us would have died.
Maybe you.
Probably would have been me, the highest chances, but we got to Wasion, just like 30 minutes away from here. We had 30 minutes to home, and my mom texts and says, just past the ticket booth, still standstill traffic, but they're inching up a little bit, still have 2 hours to go. It's a 2-hour drive. And they still had 2 hours to go, and they still barely moved.
Unlucky.
And it was like, hey, so that was fortunate for us.
Talk about luck.
Unfortunate, fortunate.
I know, you guys.
Did you take your car?
No, we took Kelsey's mom's car.
Okay, because I was gonna say you don't have AC, do you?
So I do have AC.
You do.
It works. It's just hit or miss when it works. Like it'll be on and it'll like be blowing out hot air, and then all of a sudden it'll just want to kick on.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then it just does, and it's super nice. It's really hit or miss. Sometimes like there's a few stretch of time where like it works like any other car would. Like it turns on and like you put the AC on and hot air blows out, for a few seconds. Then it turns to cold. There's other times where it will blow for 30 minutes straight, super hot, and then it'll kick on. It's just like it doesn't work.
Would have been miserable to sit there for 2 hours, not moving, windows down, does nothing, with
Yeah.
iffy AC.
Yeah, her mom's AC was good.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
yeah, you guys definitely got the short end of the stick yesterday.
It takes two of us to be unlucky for one of us to be lucky. I can live with being the unlucky guy this
Yeah.
week.
It's really
Yeah,
it's a
it's-
really yin and yang.
I mean, I have a good story to tell now, and it makes me laugh now thinking
Oh.
about it. Now that it's all clean, I laugh about it. It's funny.
Can't beat that.
Yeah.
So, do you guys want to do our cream of the crop?
I wanted to talk about what your guys' thoughts were about UCLA and USC.
Oh, that's a good question.
Because I mean, we're all kind of Big Ten fans. I mean, Logan, you're just kind of forced to be a Big Ten fan just because you're kind of here. But like I know you're like Texas, but you still probably follow Big Ten and stuff.
Oh yeah.
So, what do you guys think about USC and UCLA joining?
I think it's great. I don't see a problem with it.
It's exciting. I don't know. I got on the Twitter today, and I saw that as like one of the rumors / newses, and I was like, dang, that's kind of cool. Like, cause I mean, didn't USC play Ohio State like not too long ago as like one of in the championship, or is that Florida? I know they played
No,
Florida.
they did.
No,
play
that
each
was
other.
but that was like
That was the Rose Bowl,
Rose
like
Bowl.
2018.
a while ago. But yeah, they did play.
Yeah. I don't know. I just always remember people hating USC, like Ohio State fans. So like,
Well, I want to say we played them in a natty, I think.
I
don't
thought
know.
that's why they hated him. I know you guys played Florida and LSU in the Natty. But yeah, I don't know.
We
I
also
just
played
think.
Miami. Yeah, that's who I'm thinking.
We
of.
played USC in the Natty.
Oh yeah, that was right.
That was Vince Young.
the greatest
Oh.
game. Was that like the Rose Bowl?
Yeah. Well, yeah.
National.
Yeah.
That was a good game.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm excited. I don't love the Trojans, but I actually do love the Bruins. Like I like their unis and I like their colors. I
USC's
think
gonna be good.
USC.
With Lincoln Riley, I think it's.
And Caleb Williams.
Oh yeah. I think what's
Oh,
going to
yeah.
be interesting
That's
is
Lions' future quarterback right there.
what are they going to do? Because like you talk about like the Pac-12, it's not the Pac-12 isn't like necessarily the South because you got Washington
It's the
and
West.
It's
Yeah.
just far west.
But for those two teams that are Southern California, imagine them playing a November game in like Wisconsin or Michigan, like
Yeah.
when it's snowing and cold. Like that's not going to be fun for them.
You
I don't know
act like
why they
it
do
doesn't
this.
snow in Ohio or like in Columbus.
I think it does.
I mean, I know you didn't use them as a reference. Why'd you
I'm-
say Wisconsin first?
I'm just saying like the northern states, Minnesota.
it gets colder.
Well, yeah.
Minnesota,
Yeah.
Wisconsin, Michigan's north of us, so I picked them. But like, yeah, even in Columbus, like
It'll be fun.
those are going to be miserable for them.
I'm excited to like. I don't know. Like you brought up the idea of Oregon coming, and that's cool to me because Oregon's always been my second favorite team or like my B team, and they never played Michigan. So like I never had to choose between the two. So now if Oregon comes to Big Ten, like
be tough for you.
I mean, I'm choosing Michigan, but like at the same time, like it's almost like a win-win game for me.
That's your dream Big Ten championship.
That would be amazing. That'd be so cool.
Well, think about who else this affects, though. Now you got an opening. Boise State, Fresno State, Utah State. Why don't they go to the Pac-12?
I think the Pac-12 is about to go ball.
You think it's just dead? You
I
think
mean, they're all going. I mean, it's just gonna be like we're definitely merging into like super league. Yeah,
it's
super.
going to be like the
conferences.
SEC and the Big Ten, and like maybe the ACC. Like I think it's going to be like 4 or 5 major conferences.
The Big 12 is going.
No, there's already
to
5.
it either too.
you say 4 or 5 as if there's already not a Power 5.
Oh, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying.
I think I could see a Pac-12 Big 12 merger. Now that they both lost like 2 of their biggest
Well,
schools.
Big 12, the Big 12 added 4.
Yeah, they added 4, but I could still see them like
Who'd they add?
They added Cincinnati,
USC, Houston, and
UCF, not USC.
oh yeah, UCF.
USC is
yeah, Southern
UFC
Florida,
is
yeah.
fighting.
UCF.
or
U-
Central Florida,
Yeah.
and
BYU.
yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
So,
I don't know. It's the one thing that this has done for me is kind of just reignited that it's on the horizon, boys.
oh, there's like 74 days to college football.
Football.
I
in
can't
general.
wait.
I mean, college football is great, but I'm also a huge NFL fan. Just having that weekend, being like, let's watch some football. Like, I cannot wait. It's gonna be great.
The biggest sin in life, and I'll always say this, is that we have more days without football than we do with.
I agree.
It's just the biggest travesty.
I mean, you gotta commend the NFL for adding a game.
They're gonna go 18 soon.
You think so?
Yeah, I think so.
You guys didn't watch the USFL?
No.
No, I didn't either.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I was gonna say.
All right.
I don't know how I feel about it though. I mean, you guys just told me about it, but I don't know. The structure of what the teams were, like based on like geographic location, I don't know, seemed right. But just those two California teams in the Big Ten, it just seems odd.
It does.
And maybe like 5 years down the line, probably not 5, maybe like 15, 20 years down the line, that'll be totally standard. Like Washington might be in the SEC or something stupid like that. But I don't know. It is also tough because some of those like conferences are like named for their geographical location.
Pac-12.
The SEC, yeah, it's like the Southeastern Conference. So like,
I mean,
Pacific.
Pacific.
That's the Pac-10,
Yeah.
the Pac-12, whatever they are.
I still think it's weird that West Virginia's in the Big 12. That seems weird to me, and that's like a fraction of the distance that this is going to be.
I will say I did think it. I mean, I do think it's weird or not weird. I liked the geographical conferences. I liked that. So like when you started getting like teams like Rutgers coming over to the Midwest to the Big Ten, isn't Rutgers like up like in the
like a New Jersey?
Yeah, it's like Atlantic or whatever. I mean, I guess it's not too far, but like once that kind of started happening and like really expanding to the east, I felt like it just didn't care. And then you said like West Virginia joining the Big 12 because I always put the Big 12 within like the Texas, like Nebraska, like that kind of range.
The Plains.
Yeah, the Plains. And then Nebraska even coming to the Big 10.
Yeah.
Like it's just, I don't know. I did like the geographical, but like if that's what we're going to get away from, I'm super for like USC coming over to the Big 10.
I mean, it's gonna make the Big Ten even better.
Yeah.
I mean, your conference games are gonna mean so much more.
So much more.
What's going to happen when it just becomes the Big Ten SEC, but then there's too many teams, so they end up splitting those off, and then we go right back to where we came from.
I don't know. It'll be fun.
I mean, but that's the whole thing about sports is though, like, you add a team like Rutgers, and I know traditionally Rutgers has been so awfully bad, but like 20 years down the line, Rutgers could be a powerhouse.
It was more for the New York market.
Yeah.
That's all
and
it
it's,
was.
I mean, there's all of that. So even though UCLA isn't the best right now, and
Neither is USC though.
Yeah, but
really.
they got Lincoln Riley.
yeah,
It'll be fun. Isn't Texas joining the SEC?
Yeah.
When's that coming?
it was supposed to be like 2023, or 2024 as well, like same as USC and UCLA. But I think they're gonna try to go early.
They're
That'd be
trying.
cool.
Yeah,
Not this year. but-
I love it. I mean, obviously you tap into the SEC recruiting markets.
Look what it's done for you so far.
Yeah.
Archie Manning.
It's pretty nice.
Do you want to play your game first? Do you want to play, or do you want to go into cream of the crop?
Up to you guys. What do you want to do, Logan?
Let's do your game.
Okay, we'll do it first. Before we get into this game, though, just a little halfway point, midpoint, we just want to ask you, if you're watching this video, why aren't you subscribed? And if you are subscribed, why aren't you liking the video? And if you did like the video, why aren't you following us on social media? And if you are doing that, thank you, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're a good
I
guy.
kind of forgot to do that, huh?
Yeah, you know what, though?
We restarted. Forgot to do that.
Yeah.
I think now's the time to do it.
Yeah, it's perfect.
So thank you guys for watching, especially, but make sure that you like, subscribe, make sure you share it if you're listening.
We love you, listeners.
Yeah, don't forget the listeners on Spotify and Apple. Give us a 5-star rating. I mean, give us whatever rating seems fair, unless it's less than 4.
Yeah.
4 or less.
Yeah, rank us on a scale between 4 and 5 on the rating system. How good you think it is?
Yeah.
Between 4 and 5, though.
4 meaning that you don't like it at all. 5 you can tolerate.
That's how they do the rankings.
Yep.
So that's
Yeah,
just
that's
so
what
you
they
know.
really look
Just
at,
so you know.
actually.
Also, you guys, if you're watching and listening, listen to me very carefully. You might think you're subscribed because you keep getting your videos recommended to us, but it's actually not because it's the algorithm, as we know, the YouTube algorithm. So make sure you just go down there and make sure that it is clicked actually. PSA.
Let's get into this game. So
Tell them
this
what the game is.
this is called This or That.
A little bit of that.
I got 20 different things, 20 different this or that's, and I'm going to ask them a random one, and I'm going to give them a 3 count, 3, 2, 1, boom, and they're both going to say which one they prefer. If they agree, we shake hands, we move on to the next round, but as soon as you disagree, the game is over and the war begins, and you guys have to try and convince me which one you think is better, on whichever one you picked. And if one comes up that you don't care about at all and you don't have a preference, just say pass before we even do the 3, 2, 1, and I'll still get your opinions. But if you disagree, we won't even worry about debating that.
Okay.
All right, you guys ready?
Yeah.
Logan, pick a number 1 through 20. I don't want to go down the line because there's some that's like, if I get into sports mode, it's like 5 sports ones in a row. You know what I mean? So
18.
18. All right, here we go.
Bet you nobody was thinking that number in their head.
I was
I
thinking
actually
11.
was. Oh, here we go. Ready? Movies or TV shows? Think about it. Let me know when you got an answer. Think about why you like it. Think about... Ready, Sam? Ready? Okay, here we go. 3, 2, 1.
TV shows.
Easy. I mean,
All right, look at you. Look at that.
That's no debate.
Yeah, it's by far the best. You can make it like an intimate connection with all the characters, and it's like drug out throughout like time. You can see them develop. It's just awesome.
I agree too. I'm glad that we all agree on that one.
Well, we don't care about your opinion.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah, you're
Not
not
a
in
segment,
this. You're
so-
just. The
You're right.
judge.
I'll just sit up.
So, yeah, shut up.
Sam.
11.
11. Okay. This one's for sporting events. Do you prefer watching it live in person or watching it on TV?
Okay, when you say live in person,
Like at the
the stadium.
okay.
At the stadium, the
I
arena.
feel like that would imply live.
Yeah. I'm just saying. Like,
Okay.
'cause I put
didn't
live.
know- Okay.
I
What
put
if you're dead,
No.
but you're at the stadium?
That's another thing. Think about that.
I got my answer.
You got your answer? This is dead air, is what they call this.
Sorry.
But this is because Logan.
really good podcast content.
This is what Logan is thinking.
Yeah, I got mine.
Okay, here we go. Logan, Sam, in person, alive, or at home, alive? 3, 2, 1.
In
At
person.
Ooh, we have a disagreement. We only got through 2 of them. I had to write 20 for no reason. Okay, here we go. Sam, you said in person?
I said in person.
You said at home? All right. Go at it.
Well, okay, I'm gonna tell you why I picked what I picked. For me, it was hard because I had to think of like certain sporting events and then like certain games. So like if it was like the Super Bowl, I'd obviously rather want to be there. If it was just a regular season game, I don't know, preseason game, or like the cupcake weeks, I wouldn't care to go. Like Ohio State, Michigan. I'm sure that is 1,000% anybody would say, or Red River. I would want to be at that game 1,000%. But just a few games like basketball, football. I don't know. I just like the comfort of just being where I'm at. Traveling there, it's a whole day. It's a whole thing. If I want to get up and get a drink, it takes me like as long as it takes me to get to the fridge, come back, or thing of food. But at a sporting event, I mean, you get up and if I'm at home, I can get up and get a drink while watching the entire game. But if you go to a sporting event, you get up, you got to go to the concession stands, you're missing, potentially a few crucial minutes because, you got to wait in those lines. It's a lot really expensive. But mostly it's just more comforting and I don't have to do things. And if I was thinking about Texas, if Texas loses, I am in a very bad mood and I don't want to be around anybody or do anything. So the fact of like me having to then drive, get a go through a crowd of people, wiggle my way through everybody while sulking, and then I'm assuming that they lost in this scenario.
That's a good assumption for Texas.
Yeah, well, just Texas, Kansas.
Oh.
This is what I'm imagining in my head. Leaving and then having to drive home or drive to the hotel that I'm at or something. Then I'd rather just go to bed.
So I would say in person, because to me, I think the vibe and feelings of all of the crowd around you is just, it's always electric. And I feel that way whether the home team is winning or whether the home team is losing. It doesn't matter. I think going to the games just gives you such a different perspective on watching the games. And it's also something where you can just take it all in by yourself. I mean, not by yourself, but from your own perspective. When you're usually listening or watching it on TV or whatever, somebody's commentating to you. I mean, yeah, commentators are sweet, they're great, they're awesome, they really add to the game. But when you're there, you're watching it, and you get to react. If I'm thinking baseball because it's baseball season right now. Megan and I went to the Miggy celebration game, and the Tigers, honest to God, sucked that game. They didn't have any hits. Yeah, I was mad, but I still wouldn't have changed going to the game rather than watching it at home. Because if I'm at home, it's on in the background, or it's just something I'm not that invested in. I paid my money to go to the game, and now I'm invested in the game. So every hit that happens or every cool play that happens, I'm watching it from this seat, from a different perspective of what happens. And I'm going to go into a football game. Yeah, you say the events didn't matter. I will say this. I've been to a couple Michigan games. The atmosphere at Michigan games, when they are good and when they are winning, is unlike anything. It doesn't matter. I mean, obviously, probably the Ohio State game is probably a little different than the other games, but the other games are still so much fun. They just make you feel like it means more than what it actually does. I went to watch them against Illinois one time. Illinois sucks. They're never good. Michigan steamrolled them. But every single quarter, you're jumping up and down, or every touchdown, you're up and down, high-fiving the people around you. It's awesome. And I'm also going to throw in a little WWE action. Because when you're watching it at home, yeah, you're up close and personal and seeing it all close. But when you're at the game or at the show, you're there. That time when I hear voices in my head, they come. Yeah, that. That's just Randy Orton's here. You're not hearing Michael Cole tell you, oh, Randy Orton's coming out, you get to be there and just make memories with your buddies. Because usually when you buy the tickets and go to the games, you're there with your friends. Mm-hmm. I will have to give you a little bit of credit. It does suck having to go to concessions and spend a little bit of extra money.
Yeah,
but
beer's cheaper at home.
Beer, I mean, yeah, technically, yeah. But still, hot dog and beer from a baseball game, I think it tastes so different at a baseball game than when it does at home. Mm-hmm. I think just being there is just a great way to, enjoy a game or an event.
I'm glad that this is the one you guys picked, because I'm honestly 50-50 on it. I have zero preference, so I like hearing both your guys' arguments.
I can't argue that if you go to a game, it's going to be more exciting, because I think that's far and away definitely true for almost basically every single game you go to. Or if you're disinterested at home, you just turn it off and you do whatever you want. But you're there, that's the whole atmosphere.
Yeah.
That's your whole reason for being there. So you're going to be invested. It's going to be more exciting. Obviously people cheering around you. One thing also to consider is maybe not as much for Lambeau Field, or not Lambeau, Ford Field, for football or anything like that. But I went to a South Carolina game, and the sun was brutally hot, which sucked. Let me tell you that. But I don't know. I mean, if somebody came up to me and said, "Hey, Logan, do you want to go to a blah and blah Texas game this year?" I mean, I'm gonna say yes. I'm gonna want to go. But sometimes it's just not every time I'm gonna want to go. If given the opportunity, I will go. Seeking out the opportunity, not always, because a lot of these things you have to make whole trips about. And I don't know. I'm just a comfort guy. Just chilling in my lazy boy. It's just easier.
I'll have to disagree with the whole hot thing. Sometimes weather isn't that bad or is bad, but being there, I think and then you're like you're experiencing the same weather that these athletes are performing in. Like you're kind of like, it makes you really appreciate what they do a little bit more. Like when I was at the Michigan Ohio State game and it was just snowing like crazy. Like that's awesome. I wouldn't change that for the world. It sucked for me. I was cold and freezing, snot drooling off my face. Like it was terrible, but I loved it. It was so cool. I would never change it. I think being at the games is just way more fun.
So it might be more fun for sure, but
let me ask you this. I think that my biggest reason, I have like one big reason for each, and it's that when I'm home, it's not just one game. I could have 7 different games on these TVs. I can be flipping back and forth. And that because when you're at the game, like you're fully invested in this game, and then like maybe you'll check your phone to see the scores of the other games, or you can look up on the Jumbotron and they'll have like updates for other games. But like I can watch, commercial break over here. Let's go look at what's happening over here. Like watch a bunch of games at once. But at the same time, like when you think about some of your favorite games, like they're probably the ones that you were at. Yeah, I mean, I guess it really does depend because we went to the Ohio State Florida Atlantic game.
Yeah.
I think it was the highest scoring game Ohio State's ever had.
72-0.
Yeah, I think it was 81, so even worse.
It could have been even.
But it depends on the game. But man, I can't decide.
Yeah.
I don't know. For me, well, I think a big cost is money, and just it's a way bigger event than just like a 2-hour game would be in that situation. And like the weather, like I don't know. I don't care what like the players are having to go through. I'm going through it. So like that South Carolina game sucked. Like, and it sucked because the sun was like coming this way beaming on us and the other side was completely shaded. And like I was jealous of them. Like we would look up at the sky and like see clouds and be like, please go over it. Like so we could get some forecast or overcast so like it wouldn't suck so bad. And like yeah, they're going through it too, but like I don't care. I'm going through it. Like I don't sympathize with them, but yeah.
See, I don't think the weather bothers me. Like yeah, we went to opening day this year and it was so cold, so cold. And like you said about the clouds, you were wishing the clouds would stay away so the sun could beat on you for like 10 seconds. And that did suck, but I still would rather have been there than watching it at home because they hit the walk off and it was just like the atmosphere was just so fun being there, experiencing it, and it was just a great time. I love it.
Yeah, specific games like that, like if somebody hits like a walk-off homer to win, like of course that game, like if you hindsight, obviously, like
but
you can
how do you
pick
know
and
it's
choose.
gonna happen?
Well, no, like I could pick and choose and say, yeah, I definitely wish I would have been at the Texas USC Rose Bowl game, right? Because of what happened. I wouldn't have wanted to be at the Texas Alabama game when Colt McCoy injured himself and then we lost. We got brutally like killed.
Yeah, but you could say you were there. I'd rather say I was there than
I was there and watched our team get demolished.
yeah. I mean, I've said it, lived it.
What's the
Red River rivalry when we were up by like 28 points and then lost in the fourth quarter? I mean, I would want to be at any Red River rivalry, but that one would have sucked.
Yeah. When they had to like close down the Walmarts.
Yeah.
So let me ask you this then: what's your favorite game, any sport, that you've been to live, and then what's your favorite one that you've watched on TV? I want to see the difference in them.
Well, I'm also thinking NBA games, and I've been to like regular season NBA games, and they're very anticlimactic. Like probably the most fun one was honestly just me and you at the Raptors game.
The
at
Cavs
DECA.
Raptors.
Yeah. I don't know. I went to the one Texas game we played, or I've been to 2 Texas games. One was against Texas Tech when Mahomes was there, and that was cool, but I wasn't like super hard Texas fan. It was snowing, and it was on Thanksgiving Day. The other one
Snowing
was,
in Texas?
yeah.
Wow.
It was just like mild.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. I haven't been to many. The Mud Hens are always fun, I guess.
So what's the favorite one you've seen on TV? Like looking back, what's your favorite game you've ever watched? Sam, I think you probably got an answer for both. I think I know your one answer.
Yeah.
Favorite game I ever played.
I can't think of one that I can watch live.
On TV?
Yeah, I don't know if I can think of one. because like I don't know, they all just kind of mesh together to me.
I have a few that stand out, like Texas 2 years ago, we were playing Oklahoma State, and they were leading the Big 12, and then we were down by like 15, and we came back and won with like 3 minutes left. It's pretty electric. And because like I was doing the sulking thing that I do, and then all of a sudden Sam Ellinger turns up and literally just scorches them, and that was fun. And then the Red River, when we beat them with the field goal, that was also pretty great. Like 3 years ago.
I think what's making me, because I think coming into this, like, or hearing you guys argue, I would probably side with you, but I think what's making me lean a little more towards your way is the Ohio State-Florida Atlantic game where we beat them by 81. If I wasn't at that game would mean nothing to me. I wouldn't remember. I wouldn't even think about it. But just the fact that I was at the game, and it was Zeke Elliott's freshman year, and he was in because we were up, 1,000. So getting to see Zeke play and like without knowing who he was at the time, but then seeing what he became.
And that's kind of what I was just about to say. Like you asked us the question, what's better, like watching it? Like what is our favorite one watching it live, and then what's our favorite one being at the thing live? I can only think of ones that like I've been to that I'm like, oh, that one's got to be it. But like thinking back, like live, like. I mean, the ones that stick out to me are the ones that sucked watching. Like,
well, you got to think, Michigan hasn't had or actually all of your sports teams haven't had the best history.
Yeah, well, I mean, I know, but like I would tell you right now, the Detroit Tigers 2012 pennant when they beat the Yankees, I was at that game. That was awesome, incredible. Then the last year when we were at the Michigan Ohio State game, incredible. Like and then they all kind of mesh together. The ones that I want, like I watch at home. So I don't know. I guess.
Well, I think that's probably just because, like, obviously it's definitely outweighed more, like, the ones you watch versus the ones you've been in person. So, I mean, the ratio, if you do anything, like, 1,000 times, and then you do, like, a small variation of it, like, 3 times, you're going to remember the 3 times of it way better than the other 1,000. But I would say staying at home, I think I would prefer it over going over for 3 reasons. One, it just takes so much of your day away, which, I mean, sometimes that's all right, but sometimes, like, I just want to just sit down and watch an NFL game, a Texas game or something, like, for just 2 hours and, like, but also just, like, watch some other college football because, like you said, I can't watch before, I can't watch after because I'm probably driving, I'm probably doing other things. I can make the comfortability of my surroundings what I want them to be, so, like, I can sit on my couch, be comfortable. I can sit in like my lazy boy chair. I can have the snacks that I want. I can have the drinks that I want. I can go to the bathroom relatively quickly. Like I can create my environment how I'd like to. That more than you can't going to a game, obviously, because you're standing probably most of the time anyway. Snacks are limited, and just the cost of it is just so much more expensive. So,
Sam, your final words.
I mean, I've said everything I needed to say, but I think going to the game is just pure better. It's like I said, it's more fun, more memorable. Everybody remembers it, like you were saying with the Florida Atlantic game. I mean, I don't know. If people who think like Logan are athletes hate those guys because they don't come out to support them.
Logan, every athlete ever hates you.
Yep,
I'm not saying that I don't like going to games. It's just if you give me if you say, Logan, you have to go to a game or you can watch a game, I'm probably just gonna watch a game at home.
I don't know. I think
I'm not gonna always want to go to a game all the time.
So here's a question. I guess this isn't the question I asked, but just mainly for you, because I guess I would know your answer. But for you, if you had the choice to where you would, let's say you had Michigan season tickets, and your option was you either have to go to every game or you have to watch every game at home on TV.
Well, I'd go to every game.
You would go to every game.
Every single game.
I don't think I would. I even if I had season, I mean,
it's just such a big inconvenience.
It's only an hour away. It's an hour there, hour back. You still get time to come hang out with your friends.
Yeah.
And if you have season tickets, more than likely they offer you more than one ticket, so you can bring a friend to come with you. So I mean, I would 100%. If I got offered season tickets, like I can either go to every single game, or if I declined it, I had to stay at home and watch.
This is where we flip. What if it was season tickets to Rutgers? Would you go to every game?
If I lived by Rutgers, I had to stay here. I'm not a fan of them though. So
That's what I'm saying. Like I'll sit down and watch. I'll sit down and invest 2 hours to watch a Rutgers game. I won't go to a Rutgers game. Like that's what I'm saying is like not every game I would go to. If you sat me down and said, yeah, I'll give you tickets to every Texas game, fly you out, I would do it. Like I love Texas. I would much rather go to a Texas game, but not every game. That's only specifically for Texas. Not every game I would want to go to. So if you're like, hey Logan, I'll give you these free Lions tickets. Do you want to go? I might say no. Because I don't want to spend my whole day doing that when I could watch all NFL that day and create my comfort.
I was thinking.
I don't.
Well, if somebody gave you like, hey Sam, do you want to go
Indiana tickets? That's close enough, but
Indiana, Syracuse?
I mean, I would go. Why wouldn't
I would not go.
Why? It's football.
Because I would rather. That's definitely the main reason. I would just like no. I'll just sit home and be comfortable. That's the main reason.
yeah.
I don't get, but this is like we're not asking like just random games. Like that's not the argument here. Like the argument here is if you'd rather go see the game live.
Well, that was my point at the beginning. Is like it depends on which game. For me, that's why I picked it because like I would not just go see every single game if given the option. I would not go and watch every single game live. Some games I would rather just stay here. And so that's why I picked my answer, because I couldn't just pick all of it. There's some games I would probably have a way better time staying at home, watching with people, than going to the game.
I think...
And that's why I picked I'm not saying all the time, like, for every reason you said. The atmosphere, everything about going to a game is fun. I just can't do it every time.
I think if I could go to 1 or 2 games this season, I would be cool with that. But I would not... I think I agree. I would probably rather prefer watching at home.
I'd rather go to if I had everything, if I was feasible, and I could be at every single game and be there, I would.
Would you?
If it was feasible, yeah.
But again, that kind of plays into the thought, like, if it was feasible, like, the costs of things and other, like, that's another reason why staying at home is big for me, because I don't have to it doesn't cost me money, and that's a big factor. And gas,
DoorDash, Chipotle.
gas is really
That's expensive.
not Jersey Mike's free delivery.
You're right. Saturday Jersey Mike's free delivery.
Best of both worlds.
Still
But
pretty
I mean, it was just too broad for me, and I just when you were first thinking, I was like, because I was definitely gonna say in person, but I was like, but there are just some games I just wouldn't want to go to,
Yeah.
and I would rather be at home.
Hey.
Yeah, I disagree.
Yeah. Hey, you guys might disagree, but what do you guys think? Everyone watching, everyone listening, leave a comment or let us know on social media. Do you prefer watching your games in person or at home? Let us know in the comments. And yeah.
I guess all that stems down to is my answer is it depends.
Hey,
That's really all
good
my
answer.
answer is. Which I had to. There's no depends option, so I had to pick one.
Good answer. Good
Did
answer.
you put some on? It depends.
Dude,
If you put
don't.
some on, then
His dog wears Depends.
yeah.
Doesn't work.
Is that a brand of underwear?
That's adult diapers.
Yeah, it's adult diapers.
Depends for men.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I wear
Pretty
some.
good. They're pretty cool.
How'd you guys know that?
You
How
don't
do you
know
not know
Depends
that?
adult diapers?
I don't wear them.
Oh. Makes sense.
I guess he's never been on a long road trip.
What does that mean for us? All right, you guys want to do this?
Oh, is that how you avoid time at the games? You just wear those?
Yep.
That would work.
Makes sense now, huh? That you change your answer now? Yep.
Listen. We spent too much time,
Okay.
but if you would have brought that up earlier, Sam.
If you could wear an adult diaper.
All right, let's go into our cream. Let's harvest some crops. I want to go last this time. I've gone first and second each time.
You want to go first?
Yeah.
Yeah, you go this way.
I'll go first because mine's really not that original. Okay, so I'll run through my list.
Why is it not original? That doesn't make any sense. Why
It's like, I'm not saying it's not original. I'm saying it's basic.
Actually, you did say it's not original.
Yeah, it's
Those are the exact words.
No, I'm saying it's not. Like, it was wrong choice of words.
Okay.
More than anything. It's basic.
So High School Musical 2 soundtrack. Is that-
So I was actually thinking about that because I would have put down like Hamilton and Encanto.
You didn't?
No, because I kept musicals out of it. I kept musicals out.
So
of it.
I'm trying to think about what your guys' were, and I thought of 3 for you, and it was Hamilton and Encanto were 2 of them.
They're great. I know. I kept, and Greatest Showman would have been in there.
Would it have? Oh.
It's great. It's a great score. But no, I kept musicals out of it just for whatever. Okay, so my number 5, I have Divide by Ed Sheeran.
Is that the blue one with the little... Yeah, that's a good one.
The one with the
division
divide symbol.
Is it divide? I thought it was a plus.
No, he's got a plus, divide, and add. Does he have an add?
That
He has
would be
equals.
plus.
He has equals.
Equals.
Is his newest one.
That would be plus.
Yeah, I meant divide and times. Yeah.
Okay, then my number 4 is Dream Your Life Away by Vance Joy. That's the one with Riptide
Oh, okay.
and Georgia and...
With his face. It's like black and it has his face half off because I like that one.
Yes, that's exactly. Number 3 is Continuum by John Mayer. I love John Mayer.
That's the blue and gray one.
Yes,
Yes.
it has Gravity, my favorite song by him and one of my favorite songs of all time, maybe. Number 2, I have A Fine Line by Harry Styles. I mean, nothing screams 2020, 2019, COVID, 2021, just like Fine Line does. I mean, all of them are bops. Just shout out Canyon Moon. And then my number 1 is Out of Body by Need to Breathe. It has, Need to Breathe is my favorite band, or my favorite artist even of all time. I love them, and actually mine and Kelsey's first dance song is in there. And the song that I found them to. Well, is the same song, actually. The song I found them to is our first dance song on that album.
Is it Banks?
It is Banks.
I figured. That was your song of the week once, right? Had to have been. I might have asked that
it had to
question.
have been. Yeah. Oh, that
Do you want to do honorable mentions now? Because we're doing honorable mentions this week, guys.
Yeah, my honorable mentions. Number 6 is Reputation by Taylor Swift. I mean, I had to put the Queen in there at some point. Number 7 is Malibu Nights by Lainey. I don't know if you guys are familiar with Lainey, but they
Malibu Nights. Lane, like it's
Lany.
Is it a chick?
It's a band.
Oh, it's a band.
I thought. Yeah, you said them, and I was like, oh, I thought it was just one person.
And then, not the Queen yet, but the Princess. It's Sour by Olivia Rodrigo. It's just bops. Nothing but bops. And if I had to add another one, because I kind of forgot about it until now, I'm going to do Justice by Justin Bieber.
Justice? Which one? What's his biggest song on that one?
Probably Peaches.
Baby,
Oh, that's his newest one?
baby.
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 What album's that? What album's Baby on?
I think his first one.
Yeah, but what's it called? I mean,
I think it's
obviously
called
it's
Justice, right? Yeah, it's called Justice.
I don't know.
And that is actually going to have our walkout dance song.
What, Peaches?
Not Peaches, but that one. So, yep, there's my list. Like I said, I'm probably the more basic one of the group. Ed Sheeran, Harry Styles,
I mean,
Taylor Swift, Olivia Rodrigo,
good songs.
Justin
on there.
Bieber.
Good songs on there.
Hey,
It's a quality
yeah, they're
list.
great.
I'm not mad about it.
I'll go.
I actually almost just looked up top selling albums of all time and just put the first
did
five.
those first 5.
But
I watched a YouTube video of the best albums of all time, and I didn't know half of them, so I couldn't do it.
uncultured.
Yeah.
All right, let's hear your
I haven't heard a single Radiohead song in my life, and they had the top 2.
Radiohead's sweet.
I haven't heard a single one. I probably have, but not that I know of. I'll check them out. Okay, number 5. We're starting off hot. Probably, I mean, my rule going into this, I had 3 rules. No repeating artists. No greatest hits albums, obviously. Like, it has to be just like an actual album. And then no, and every song on the album needed to be, no skips allowed. So, like, if it was an album with 100 songs and 99 of them were, like, A+, best song I've ever heard, and one of them was a skip, one bad apple is all it takes to ruin a
Good album. Yeah,
thing.
it's true.
So, these are my top 5. At number 5, starting off hot with BTR by Big Time Rush. Not one bad song off that album. I mean, Worldwide is literally
That's pretty good.
peak. At number 4, I'm going with Night Visions by Imagine Dragons.
That was on my. That was the one of the ones that was so hard for 5.
Yeah.
Did it make your list? I don't want to. No spoilers.
Nice pick.
That was huge for me in high school.
love it.
That's all I listened to in
Oh
high
my
school.
gosh, yeah.
I'm not a big fan of the deluxe version. I'm counting just the regular. The deluxe is cool, but like just the regular. That's all I need. At number 4, that was number 4. At number 3 is Diamonds and Gasoline by Turnpike Troubadours. Yeah, that one. It's not one bad. I mean, all of them. I can't say it every time, but not one bad song on any of these albums.
Okay, well then give us one of your favorites off this one.
I'll say my top and bottom. So the best off the album, I would say, is The Funeral, and the worst is Down on Washington.
None of them.
You just got played.
Dude.
So for this,
Just got played. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Skip.
that's the worst. But like even that one's still like a B song at worst.
B song?
Yeah, B.
Oh my gosh.
There's better albums than that.
Literally none of the songs on my list.
Yeah, but it's
anything
literally
other than S.
It's 12. Oh, I'm not going S. I'm just doing A. Fine. It's an A song then, and it's literally
Oh, that checks out.
S S S S S S S S S A. My one complaint is they should have ended the album with Diamonds and Gasoline, because they ended it with like a Long Hot Summer Day, and I was like, that's not a good album ending song. You got to end it. If they ended it with Diamonds and Gasoline, it might be number 2.
I thought you were gonna say Diamonds in the Rough.
Yeah, they should have ended it with that.
All right.
At number 2, Purgatory by Tyler Childers.
Is that the one where they're like cartooned kind of?
No, that's
All Yorn is on.
No, that's that one's called. Oh, what is that one called? He doesn't have the title on it. It's just him with like the people around him.
Yeah.
Country Squire. That one's called Country Squire.
So is this one that's newer?
It's a weird looking block.
Oh, it's with Feathered Indians.
It's got Feathered Indians, Lady May,
Universal
Sound,
White House Road.
White House Road, Born Again.
Yeah.
I swear to God, it's got all like not one bad song.
Yeah.
This one's got Lady May, which is a top 3 song ever for me, so I can't beat it. And then number 1, I didn't know it was my favorite album until I did this, and I had to come up with a number 1, and it's clear as day, obviously, Slippery When Wet by Bon Jovi. Nothing even comes close. It's the best. 10 songs, 10 masterpieces. I mean, when we started this show, and we were trying to come up with a name, I was pushing hard for Slippery When Wet. That's how much I love this album. Yeah, that one.
Do you have a favorite Bon Jovi song?
These Days, which is why I wanted to do These Days.
It's not on this album.
Yeah, I wanted to do These Days by which is another album, but I stuck with Slippery When Wet.
Mr.
Those two are good.
Mr. Bovine Joni.
Living on a Prayer's on.
Living on a Prayer, Wanted Dead or Alive. So my honorable mentions, like I said, we have no
repeat artists.
No repeat artists, but also no like greatest hits albums.
Mm-hmm.
So my first honorable mention is Crossroads by Bon Jovi, which is basically it is a greatest hits album. But if we could include those, it's by far number 1. It's got just every single hit he's ever had on it. So Crossroads. My other one is Cutting Grass by Sturgill Simpson. It's technically 2 albums, Volume 1 and 2. If I had to pick, probably Volume 1's better, which is also greatest hits technically, because he just, during the pandemic, he re-recorded a bunch of his songs as bluegrass songs. So it's not really, because they're technically new songs, because it's the first time that they come out like that, but it's also all his old stuff. So technically greatest hits, didn't count it. And then the last one would be Slow Heart by Kip Moore, just because I had to put a Kip Moore album on there, but I don't think it was better than the 5 that I had.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, so out of us two, only one of our lists checks out.
Why's that?
Because you didn't have it. You didn't have.
He's BTR.
Oh, I guess it checks out.
Yeah, well,
Checks out. I mean, you didn't have any. You didn't have Harry Styles.
yeah, but I had
I feel like
BTR.
he just came out with an album.
Maybe. Hey, that album,
Give me Fine Line.
yeah.
All right. So my number 5.
Sam, redeem us here, please.
I'm not gonna redeem this. Is A Rock by Hardy. I mean, every song. So like I was saying earlier, number 5 was the hardest. So I'm gonna just do my honorable mentions before I continue on this. So number 5 was the hardest for me. It was between Night Visions, Imagine Dragons, and Beer Bongs and Bentleys by Post Malone.
Two good albums.
Dude, I had to listen to Beer Bongs and Bentleys and A Rock because I got rid of Night Visions, and it's not because it's not good, because every single song on it is fantastic. But the reason why it didn't put Night Vision in those two was a lot of the songs kind of just sounded similar. Like it just felt like the same stuff. Well, then I started listening to Beer Bongs and Bentleys, and then I started listening to A Rock, and they both just made me feel like some sort of way. So I couldn't decide between the two, but I ultimately ended up going with the guy I have a tattooed on me. So went with Hardy.
How many other tattoos are
Rock.
going to be on your list?
2. 4. I went Bank on the Funeral by Matt Mason. I just recently got into Matt Mason, so this might be a little bit of recency bias, but Matt Mason is becoming one of my favorite artists. He literally just sounds amazing. It's got hallucinogenics on it, Cringe, Beggar's Song, just a bunch of songs. Like you said, Can't Skip, and each song sounds different, and you just can't skip any of them. They just all sound phenomenal. This one is A Lesson in Romantics by Mayday Parade.
Oh, 3?
Yeah. 3.
I thought because you said this one, I thought you were like...
Oh, no, yeah. No, number 3 is A Lesson in Romantics by Mayday Parade. I call it the Orange Album because I know it by Orange Album, but that's what it's called. The only reason it isn't number 2, because I've listened to this probably the most, it actually is the album that inspired me to get my sleeve of all music. I've listened to it the most, maybe not the most, but the only reason it's number 2 or number 3 and not 2 is I also started feeling like some of the songs kind of sounded similar, so that was a big kicker, and that's why I gave number 2 to Wake Up Sunshine by All Time Low. I discovered that too recently. But I'm not kidding you. When I play this album, I do not start in any certain way. I don't just have a favorite. I start at the top and let it go all the way down. I don't skip anything. I just let it all play through, and I sing every word, word for word. Just it's fantastic. Something I think you would really like. But yeah, then number 1, I went with This One's For You 2. Can't do 1. As good as 1 is.
Well, 2 is 1.
Well, I know it. But this one's for you. Have to put 2 in there because you have to have those 5 extra songs for the deluxe album. She Got the Best of Me, Beautiful, Crazy, Houston, We Got a Problem, Must Have Never Met You, and A Long Way.
Yeah.
Come on now. Those are incredible. All of them are incredible. And I don't think one song on there is bad. I think even not even there is not one song where it's just skip it.
When I went through I had 12 no skip albums, and that was one of them. So it was on my list, but I kind of eliminated it early because, well, one, I knew that you were going to talk about it, but also, I just...
And honestly, I think... I don't know if... I think Growing Up is good, but it's also recency bias. I would... Right now, if you asked me, I would probably rather listen to Growing Up than listen to This One's For You. But looking back, This One's For You too is just
it's by far
it's top 5, top to bottom, incredible. And when he made the decision to put She Got the Best of Me on it, that's what was stamp it. Nothing's better than this one.
Pretty good.
Yeah. Well, that's my 5.
Oh, you already did your honorable mentions.
Yeah, because that was the hardest decision for me. It was going through 5. And it kind of pains me to really leave off a project like Beer Bongs and Bentleys off my top 5 because it is so good. Another reason why I kind of left it off was because the singles off the album are nowhere near as good as the other songs off the album, if that makes sense. Everybody knows it, Rockstar and Psycho and Candy Paint, those are good, but I think the songs Zack and Codeine and Better Now. Better Now was a single.
That was a single.
Yeah. Polaroid and Paranoid, and other things. I don't know. I just really liked it top to bottom, but I had to give it to A Rock.
Hey, yeah.
Not mad about it. Not mad about it at all.
I'm a little mad, but
Yeah, Beer Bongs and Bentleys is still good, so we're talking about it a little bit. Do you like Posty?
Yeah, I like Post.
Yeah, Post is sweet.
I was contemplating him a lot too. I love his voice.
I think it's great.
Voice.
I think it's like so his first album was Stoney. It was such a great introductory like album to us, and then he dropped Beer Bongs and Bentleys, and that was just off the walls bonkers. And then I think his third album, I don't know what it's called, but I don't think that's nearly as good. I do like his new album though; it's pretty good.
Yeah, I only
I heard
listened to a
people
little bit of it.
raving
So.
about it.
Yeah,
People are. Yeah, I like the song "Lemon Tree." I think I put that on my.
I think it was your honorable mention.
yeah, or my
that show.
song of the week.
Song of the week. Yeah, that's what I
That's a
meant.
good one.
That's the one that's like in the movies. I always root for the bad guys.
Yeah,
It's a TikTok sound.
It's called 12 Karat Toothache.
the blue
Album.
one.
The new one.
Oh, the new. Yeah, that's the butterfly one. I don't like this one. Hollywood's Bleeding. I wasn't a big fan of it. It has Ozzy Osbourne on it though.
Oh, does it?
Mm-hmm.
Singing or?
Yeah.
Oh, it's got sunflower on it and circles. What?
Yeah, I mean, those two songs are pretty good, but
Yeah, I don't know the other ones though. So
I
probably
like
checks
Sunflower.
out. Sunflower. Sunflower.
Hey, good list, guys.
I think it was a great harvest.
Yeah, look at us.
I went for the fan vote this week. I think.
I think you know what? It's all right. I think it's disgraceful you didn't even put Hamilton on there.
Hey, that was one of my rules with musicals.
Okay.
Because then it would just
just be musicals.
Lin-Manuel Miranda is in a league of his own.
If we did that, then mine would just be full of High School Musical. from
High School
top to bottom.
Musical 1, actually no, 2,
Two,
1, 3.
No,
yeah.
it would really be Shrek.
Oh,
Yeah.
Shrek 2.
Shrek 2. Hamilton. Shrek 3. Encanto.
Good list.
Have you seen Encanto? Heard about Encanto more as we've talked about it?
No,
You still don't know what it is?
I don't even really want to, because
Why?
it just doesn't interest me.
You don't even know what it is.
It's
You
like-
didn't even heard about it.
It's like, isn't it like blobs of stuff or something?
What?
Isn't a Disney movie that they're like a bunch of blobs?
No, Soul? Is that what you're thinking of? You thinking of Soul?
Or Inside Out?
Inside Out might be one of them.
Encanto? What?
Wow.
No, I mean, it is a Disney movie. It's I mean, it's a Disney movie for sure, but they're people.
They are people. This guy just doesn't like to watch things because,
Nah, that doesn't even like. What is it even about?
I'm not gonna tell you.
well, he's not going to watch it.
I
Well, watch Top Gun first.
won't watch it. I almost went to watch it, but then I fell asleep. I will not put my eyes on that. ever.
You don't like Disney?
I like Disney. I don't want to watch that. That doesn't even.
What about Disney do you like? What Disney movies do you like?
I like Star Wars. I like
No,
Marvel.
not Star Wars and not Marvel.
You can't
Disney.
tell me that they're not Disney.
Disney.
I
Tell me.
like High School Musical.
No,
I like
Disney.
Starstruck.
Disney bought them.
Yeah, but they're still Disney.
They weren't produced by Disney.
This Obi-Wan
Okay, but
was. Oh, the
I
newer
was-
stuff is.
So you don't like Disney?
I love Disney.
You don't like
Toy Story.
animated?
Wait, that's Pixar.
Yeah, okay, we're
getting there.
we're close.
I think.
You don't
I
like
a lot
Disney.
of Disney Channel movies.
Me too. Are you going to tell me that's not Disney? Are you going to tell me High School Musical
You don't
isn't
like
Disney?
animated Disney?
Did Disney buy
Well,
High
give
School
me an
Musical?
example of some Disney like that are like Lion King. Does that count? Is that one?
Yeah.
That's okay. It wasn't my favorite.
Okay, Sam doesn't like Disney.
What other
You don't
ones
like
are-
real Disney.
I can't think that I can't tell the difference between Disney and Pixar, so I don't even know.
Yeah, I can't either. That's what I was. Cars.
Cars is not.
Nah.
Because it's Pixar.
Man, they're lacking. Disney might suck.
I mean, Beauty and the
Wait,
Beast.
Wall-E,
Wall-E is also Pixar.
and this isn't, but they still have the Wall-E boot in it.
Huh?
So wait, this is connected to Pixar though. I mean, they're the same
No,
company.
no, this isn't connected to Pixar.
You showed me the Wall-E boot, so it is.
Well, Disney owns Pixar.
Yeah, so it's connected.
Now.
So it is Disney.
Hey,
Well,
this
no,
dude-
no, again.
they bought him.
Yeah, they bought them again.
That's still Disney. All right, I'm looking this up.
Is
Disney
wait,
cartoon
Pixar,
movies.
ESPN.
I love Sports Center. It is-
Oh, Frozen.
Yeah.
Tangled.
Great.
Big Hero
Dude,
6.
the Mermaid, the Little Mermaid.
The
Come on.
Mermaid.
Lilo and Stitch, top like that's a movie.
So you like Disney?
I love Lilo and Stitch.
Yeah, Lilo and Stitch is great.
Mulan's pretty
Disney's
good.
great.
Aladdin's pretty good.
You like Mulan?
Yeah.
You would like Encanto, I'm telling you.
Bambi, Pinocchio.
Pinocchio.
Hercules is a good one.
Yeah. Hercules is great.
Where's Encanto?
Toy Story. Don't you ever
That's
try?
Toy Story 3.
That still counts, don't you? Tarzan's
That's
good.
probably after they bought it.
The Fox and the Hound. Oh, Lady and the Tramp. Why'd you laugh?
I just...
Roger Rabbit's good.
Who
Have you ever seen
Framed Roger Rabbit?
That's a good one. The Incredibles. Is that one?
No, that's not.
That's Pixar.
Pixar's better, I guess.
Pixar's great.
Hey, you know what's great though? I don't know if you know this. You can actually like more than one thing. Like you're allowed to like Pixar and Disney.
Yeah.
You don't just have to pick
Are you
one.
sure?
Yeah, it's a real thing. I looked it up.
Oh. The more you know.
You know, don't watch Encanto.
I don't plan on it ever. Like
I'm supporting you.
I don't plan on it. I'm not kidding you.
You should just watch Top Gun. Top Gun.
You should watch both. They're
Disney,
both great.
Disney doesn't own Top Gun, so go watch Top Gun.
Yeah, you'll like it.
Hey, someone just told me that you can like both.
No. Well, you can. Yeah, go watch Top Gun.
Spread your horizons.
I said like both, not dislike.
Oh.
Both.
Hey, they have the plane shoot stuff like Star Wars. You'd like it.
Dude, it literally is.
It literally is Star Wars.
Go watch it.
You would like
You'd
it.
love it. You'd be like, wow.
You're just denying it
Where's
as a
the
bit.
lightsaber?
This is a bit.
No, I just don't want to
No,
watch it.
you're lying.
When he asked us a question earlier, what did he ask us? He
TV
said-
show or movie?
Yeah, and I just
Hey Sam, you
don't-
can like both.
Hey, Logan, he likes going to games and watching them live. You can be that. Why don't you try it?
It just depends.
Like
I'm
the
just
diaper?
cultured.
Do you guys want to do Song of the Week?
Yep. I'll go first. Call Me by Luke Combs. I think it's the best one off this album. Okay, besides Kind of Love We Make. I'm talking about the new ones that he just released. It's the best ones that he just released. But I'm going Call Me, Luke Combs.
I'm gonna go Surface Pressure and Encanto.
I'm going to say Ninth Cloud by Zach Bryan.
What are you looking up?
I want to know what this is about. It's a 2021 American computer animated musical fantasy comedy film produced by Walt Disney Animations.
Real good recap there.
I like how he just broke him up into all the...
So what do they do? There's a tiger? That's kind of cool, I guess. What the heck is that?
Turtle?
That's a capybara.
Huh?
You never heard of a capybara?
They got magic powers, but one of them doesn't.
Wow, this
And they have to learn how to live without magic powers.
this just doesn't look fun. Oh,
That's the opposite of what it is, Sam.
do they live here?
Yep. That's called casita.
Yeah. You... All right.
Does the tiger sing?
Yes, Sam.
Does he, actually?
Wait, what is that thing back there?
That's Bruno! That's Bruno! We don't talk about Bruno.
Have you heard that song?
Is it from this?
Yes.
No.
Yeah, but like that's
I
like a
still
big
could
song.
not believe that when I put it as my song of the week. He hadn't even heard of it.
You don't. That's shocking.
Like, we don't talk about Bruno and Surface Pressure, the song I just said. We're like top charts from this movie.
For 10-year-olds?
Sam, if you think Disney for 10-year-olds, this is your mind. You gotta let it open a little bit. Disney's great. Disney owns Star Wars.
Yeah, Star Wars is great.
Star Wars is Disney.
I just told
This
you.
is like Star Wars.
This is
Oh, wow, really? Okay. You know, I sold.
Marvel.
Does
This is like Marvel.
Does she use
is
the
like,
Force?
She's like the Hulk. She is like where is she at? She's like
Iron Man?
he's like Vision. He can see Doctor Strange. He can see the future. Bruno.
Yeah.
Why is he hiding like a little creep?
Because no one talks about
they
it.
shun him. Sam, you gotta watch.
Okay.
I'm not gonna tell you.
This.
Do your song of the week.
That's
I
like
did mine.
Aladdin.
The tiger?
Yeah.
It's like Aladdin?
Yeah, there's a tiger in
And look,
Aladdin.
if you zoom in, like
Oh,
there's
there's
more
Toucan
birds.
Sam. Does he talk?
Hey, sings.
Yeah, Sammy sings.
Go watch it.
Damn,
Oh my
I gotta
God.
watch
Him and the
Encanto.
tiger.
Oh, I can't wait.
Him and the tiger singing "Do I Watch It." I can't wait.
Just watch Hamilton. It's your song of the week.
We already did.
Oh, you said yours?
Yeah, Ninth Cloud by Zach Bryan. See ya.